Hello, and welcome to JamPlay.com. I'm Mark Lincoln. Nice to see you today, everybody. Today's lesson, we are going to talk about the song Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. This is one of my favorite songs, actually, and is relatively challenging from a soloist perspective to be able to play this and sing it. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different facets that are important to being able to do this song correctly and with passion, and while keeping it in time and being able to hit the high notes and all sorts of different little details that make this song really quite spectacular when you can pull it off. So let's talk first about tuning. This song is in a very strange tuning. In fact, I've never seen another song in this tuning. The tuning is going to be B for the low E string, and then the rest of the strings are going to be Ds. All right, so what you're going to be doing here is on the A string, you're going to be tuning this down to D, okay? On the D string is going to stay as D, of course. The G string is going to be tuned down to D as well. The B string is going to be tuned up to D. And the high E string is getting tuned down to D. All right. These are important because if you tune one, maybe in the opposite direction, you're going to snap a string, and then you're going to be mad at me, and I don't like angry mail. So keep in mind, this stuff is on the supplemental content to show you how to tune properly, how to get in the correct tuning to get to this sound. Now your low E string is going down to B, which makes this string very loose and quite twangy. You'll notice when you listen to this song by the Goo Goo Dolls that it does have kind of a twangy open feel to it, and is basically an open tuning. So keep that in mind while you're tuning your strings. Secondly, and probably even more importantly, is when you tune strings down drastically or up, you're going to find there's going to be a lot of change, a lot of pull on the strings, and you're going to have to do a lot of fine tuning on the guitar. You're not going to be able to tune it once and then start jamming on this song because you're going to be out of tune. So plan some time before you are planning on playing this song to tune the strings, let everything kind of get pulled and acclimated, let the guitar acclimate to the strings, and then retune it. Again, play it for a while, retune it. So it's almost good if you have an extra guitar to keep it in a tuning like this, because going back and forth, the guitar obviously has to acclimate to it. So give it some time, play it for a while, retune it, play it, retune it, and you'll find that you'll get a nice open feel to it. And this is how it should sound when you get into the proper tuning. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about in this next section is the boom. Stay tuned. Okay, many of you, most of you hopefully by this point have heard me talking about the boom. And the boom to me is a way of explaining the process of being able to hit those crescendo notes, those high notes when it comes down to a song that's got some really passionate parts to it. Iris has some very intense parts to it that occur during the chorus. The verses are very subdued, very relaxed, but the choruses really, really hit home, hit hard, very passionate, louder, higher. So it's important to prepare for the boom. Now, many of you have heard me talking about how important it is to warm up your voices, and some of you are even tired of me talking to you about it. I understand that my diatribe about warm-ups can get redundant. The reason I'm telling you this is twofold. First, protect your voice. Always important if you want to be a singer, if you are a singer, and you're jumping into these super difficult parts without warming your voice up, you're more likely to hurt yourself, hurt your vocal cords, cause nodes. So you want to give yourself as much warm-up as possible. If you need to look at a thorough warm-up, please refer to my Voice and Performance series in the Phase 2, which you can find located on the main page on the JamPlay site. Second, to perform to your maximum, to your best, you do need to warm up your voice. Warming up the voice is like warming up muscles. Like an athlete going through a warm-up period, you need to be able to warm up those parts of yourself in order to perform at your best. So please do heed this warning. Avoid harm, increase your maximum potential when it comes to warm-ups. That's all I'm going to say about it. Okay, so obviously this has a lot to do with the boom as well. Doing proper warm-ups and being warmed up properly is going to allow you to hit the notes. In this song, as you're going to see, there's some tough parts to get to. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about boom. Dynamically speaking, that is hitting those spots as hard as possible while still maintaining the integrity of your voice. So the boom is reaching those crescendo notes in a song, which really, when it comes right down to it, makes the song. I'm sure many of us have heard musicians who kind of just going through the paces of playing a song and it's just very blah, 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 blah. And it makes you want to fall asleep. Learning how to use your voice to boom creates passion, creates those high, high highs, those peaks that you hear really, really strong vocal performers getting to. So the boom is perhaps the most important part of a particular vocal performance. All right, that's all I'm going to say about it. You'll see more and more of this as I go on in this lesson. Watch me as I do it, and I'll explain more and more over time how to get to that point. In this next section, we're going to talk about chording. All right, so chording or playing chords is a little bit different when it comes down to playing in open tunings like this one. And although a lot of the chords are 1- and 2-finger chords, which is very common in open tunings, they're going to be very different likely from many of the chords that you're used to playing. You're not going to be doing your standard D, A, C, G. You're not going to be playing open chords like that. So I want to spend some time with you helping you to get more familiar with the types of chords that we'll be using in Iris. And the first set of chords that I want to go over with you is the verse riff. And you'll hear me using this expression riff. A lot of people use the word riff just to refer to a particular line, a particular ascending or descending scale. In this case, it's just a series of chords, just a line of chords. So this is the verse riff in this. And again, this is available for you in the supplemental content. There's tabs in there for you to refer to that should help you along as well. All right. So the verse riff goes like this. Very relaxed feel to this song. And the verse riff is literally just playing off of this low E string, which is now a B string, right? So here's what the verse riff looks like. So I'm going 3rd fret, 5th frets, 8th frets, open, 10th fret, 8th fret. You see that? Okay. Simple chords in this particular example, but in this next section, you're going to have an opportunity to play along with me. Here we go. Exercise 1 is the play along, like I said, and here we go. You're going to get a chance to play along with me. Focus on nice mellow strums on this. You don't want to be overbanging, especially in a tuning like this, because you're going to be more likely to go out of tune, probably, especially with a string tuned so low as the B. So nice and relaxed feel. Get your guitars ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how'd you do? All right, excellent. If you need to back up the video, play along with this section for more time, then do so. Keep in mind, there's a lot of parts and pieces to this song. I want to make sure you guys get each and every part down well, and then you can move on to the next. Don't rush through this one. There's really too much to this. In this next section, we're going to talk about the chorus chords. The chorus chords in Iris are simple, just like the verse chords are, and they look something like this. So all I'm doing for these three chords is I'm holding down, again, the low E string, which is now a B, and on the 12th, 10th, and 8th. Okay? Now you'll notice in the tab as well that I'm muting the, what used to be the A string, which is now a D, right? Okay, so that's how the chorus riff looks. Now, of mention here is the fact that if you don't mute that second string, what is your A string, it probably doesn't make a whole lot of difference since it's only a D. I think, from my perspective, that the Goo Goo Dolls wrote this in this fashion to add a little bit of percussive element to this, because you're adding a little bit of right? A little bit more just kind of feel, even though a lot of the chords sound similar throughout this song because it's in an open tuning and it's all Ds basically. So I believe that's why they did it. Nevertheless, it's fairly easy to slant one of your fingers up over the top and mute that second string for yourselves, which is your A string, all right? Okay, so in this next section, you're going to have a chance once again to play along the chorus chords for me. Get ready. Here we are at the play along for the chorus chords. Ready your guitars and your picks if you choose to use one. Now some people may want to play this just using their fingers, and that's certainly up to you. But I'm using a pick on this. Most of you know that I'm a flat picker, and it works best for me. So whatever you want to do, flat picking or using your fingers, here we go. Remember the three chords are this. All right. Ready yourselves? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, relaxed feel in your wrist. Play from your wrist. Allow the pick, if you're using one, to relax in your fingers so you get good upstrokes as well. Relax. All right, chorus chords, once again, fairly simple. As you will see, things are going to get a little more complex. In this next section, we're going to talk about the interlude, number 1.